Hey, welcome back to this channel that I'm trying to rebuild again. Today I'm gonna bring you a Cyber Dragon deck profile, a sort of pure one. Yeah, it's a pure one. Disclaimer: it's very casual. I'm not an expert in Yu-Gi-Oh whatsoever. I just started about in January of this year. I came back to it since high school. If you stick around, I have like a small package opening, unboxing, mail day later on because I just got a bunch of new cards. Later on in the video, I will also share some other cards that I considered or that were in the deck before, previous from this build. So if you're interested, just keep watching, but for now, we're just gonna stay with this casual Cyber Dragon deck profile. So we have here 3 Cyber Dragons. This is very generic. I know that some people play 2, but I'm very comfortable with playing 3 because usually I really like having it on my hand, in my hand. I also play Machine Dupe in this deck, so that's another reason why to play 3. Other general amounts: 3 core, 3 hertz, and 2 Naster. I know people usually play 1 Naster, but I also like having this in my hand in certain moments, and it's just a great extender for another Cyber Dragon on your field. It's an easy special summon if you have another monster in your hand. I added a Cyber Dragon Veer. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this. There's no necessity for keeping it. It's just a free special summon. It's just another additional Cyber Dragon if you needed more of them. I don't know. I can easily take it out and replace it for something else since this is a 45 card deck. I like keeping it at 45. Another is 2 Galaxy Soldier. We have 1 Cyber Dark Chimera. I forgot to mention that this deck is very heavily focused in searching and activating Power Bond. So that's why I have the Chimera, because not only does it search Power Bond, but it can also use the graveyard as your fusion materials. We have 2 Cyber Dark Claw, which is just additional starters. There, I fixed the camera a little bit. We have Vijisakiru. I love Kaijus. I think they're amazing. We have a Cyber Eltanin. There were really times that people weren't able to negate this for some reason because they already used their negate, and their entire board is wiped out, and that's really satisfying. I also added Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, because I know I only play a limited amount of dark attribute monsters, but it does come up, and it's not like I need the Cyber Darks in the grave. Either way, they can easily be banished, I don't mind. And most of the time they are going to be in the grave, mostly Cyber Dark Claw, because of a certain spell called Cybernetic Horizon. I just find this card really cool. It can attack twice and it can banish a monster. Another will be Dino Rester Pankratops. It destroys a monster too. So let's head out to the spells and traps. We play 3 Cyber Emergency, a Cyber Dark Realm to search Cyber Dark Chimera or Cyber Dark Claw, Cyber Dark Horizon. We will always use Cyber Dragon Infinity to pitch it to the graveyard because we can also use its effect to protect our fusion monsters for that turn. Cyber Repair Plant. We got 3 Machine Duplication. We have, of course, the Cyber Fusion. I really sometimes forget this other effect where you cannot attack with your other monster. There were times that I had a Cyber End Dragon, a Cyber Dragon Seeker, and I used this to bring out, I don't know, Chimera Trek Over Dragon or something. I made a huge mistake by doing so. Yeah, really dislike last effect. We have Overload Fusion, comes in handy all the time when you have it, and 2 Power Bonds, one of my favorite spell cards. We play 2 because just in case you can't search the other one because it got negated or the card itself got negated. And also don't forget that this card is not once per turn, so if you have 2 Power Bonds in your hand, you can use both and have 2 big monsters on the field. Here we also play Cybernetic Fusion Support. I know nobody hardly plays this card in Cyber Dragons, but I find this card really handy. Most of all if you have like Overload Fusion or another Power Bond in your hand without searching it. Then you can use Cybernetic Fusion support to use cards in your field, graveyard, and hand, which is very helpful. Additionally, if you play Future Fusion. Future Fusion is basically a Dragon Shrine, but for any archetype, any type of monster. The card that we would usually show to our opponent is this card, Chimera Tech Over Dragon. And then we will send as much of its materials to the graveyard, though I still have to practice in terms of how and when to use it, because I keep forgetting that it says here that you can only use this during your first standby phase. So I tried this once. I was going first in Master Duel, and then I activated this card and nothing happened. There were times that I was still able to use it, mostly going second. So we just have some staple cards. Foolish Burial. We have, Monster Reborn. This is an ulti, Korean ulti. This card was like so cheap, and it's so pretty. So, Harpy's Feather Duster. Alright, Geki. We still have a few other spell cards, but let me tidy this up first. We play Limiter Removal. It comes in handy most of the time. And we have Iron Draw. Iron Draw, basically, as it says, it lets you draw cards. It says that if you control exactly 2 machine effect monsters and no other monsters, draw 2 cards. After using this effect, you can only special summon 1 more time. And usually when I make a board in Cyber Dragons, I always end up with 3 monsters. So this comes in very well, like just in case I get Nibiru'd or they completely, I still don't win with that board, then I still get to have extra cards the next turn. And one of my favorite cards, Enemy Controller. I know I could just be using Change of Heart instead, so that I don't have to pay the cost of tributing a monster. But sometimes tributing a monster can be really helpful, like tributing Hurts. It's also a Book of Moon in one that you can change a battle position, which is really helpful in Cyber Dragons because you want to OTK, right? And if you don't have, for example, you don't have Cyber End Dragon on the field, and your opponent's monster is in defense position, then you cannot really OTK them, can you? And just quickly for the traps, we have 1 Cybernetic Revolution and 1 Cybernetic Overflow. Cybernetic Revolution is here because it can save me a turn. But there are cards that I've considered to replace it with, which I will share with you regardless in this video. So that's the main deck. We play 1 Cyber End Dragon, one of my favorite monsters, Cyber Eternity Dragon. We dump this usually in the grave. Cyber Twin for the win, as they say. Chimera Tech Over Dragon, usually we just use this for the future fusion, because I really forget that effect where when that card is special summoned, fusion summoned, everything else on my board just gets wiped out. Because I remember I had a Seeker, I had a Cyber End Dragon, I had a Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then I was so greedy that I wanted another one on the board, another one of my monsters on the board. And I chose this guy because I didn't have anybody else. And then I just basically made my own funeral. So I have Cyber Dragon Rampage, Cyber Dragon Rampage, Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, Chimera Tech Fortress, and we will play 2 Mega Fleets because people still use the extra monster zone, and we can easily take them out. Then we have, of course, Cyber Dragon Nova with Cyber Dragon Infinity. I haven't been able to get the MP16. I think of this card, I want the secret rare version. It's a bit pricey at the moment from where I'm living. And some additional Xyz monsters. We have a Chronomaly Vimana, which is just an additional negate. Then we have Constellar Pleiades. It just bounces a card. Cyber Dragon Seeker. I love the effect where you can add an additional 2100 to any of your monsters. We have Relinquish Anima to steal a monster, and Salama Grateful Mirage, which is very standard. I additionally include this token of Joey and Red Eyes because Red Eyes is cool. and he's the underdog. So that's the entire deck. I don't know if I don't really have a side deck. I'll share some of it, I guess. These are just some cards that I'm considering. To add Cyber Dark Cannon or Cyber Eternal. Their effects could seem helpful, and also just an additional dark for the Blackluster Soldier. But I'm not sure yet. I might give it a try. Some other cards I'm considering is Cyber Dragon Dry to bring out Infinity even easier and other Xyz monsters easier. This is Cybernetic Zone, and basically this has a slower limiter removal, but it's searchable. I'm not so sure yet. So those are the cards that I'm considering still. And if you can call this a side deck, sure. We have two more Jusekirus. I used to have Red Reboot, but since this card is banned, yeah, we gotta scrap this. We have Damage Condenser. I find that Zane Truesdale would definitely play this card because it's an all or nothing card in some way. So yeah, I might play that. That is the card that I was trying to think about adding instead of Cybernetic Revolution. We also have Cyber Summon Blaster. His brother used this. What's his name again? Cyrus. Yeah, Cyrus used this card because every time you normal or special whenever you special summon a machine monster, it inflicts 300 damage to your opponent, which, you know, it's not that much, but you know, it's a fun card to add. We have two more Cybernetic Overflow because it just wipes the opponent's cards, and we have 3 Infinite Impermanence. I just have this just in case our opponent is not like casual player, or it's a casual player but they have like Ash Blossom and stuff, so then I'll just put that in there and face them with my own negates. Another card that I was also considering, by the way, was Electromagnetic Turtle. You can send this easily to the grave using Future Fusion or Chimera Takeover Dragon. Then you can easily save your ass by banishing it to end the battle phase. You know, these other ways of saving yourself. I can now show you the cards that I used to have in the deck, if you're interested in seeing that. I know this video is starting to be very, very long, and my mouth is starting to get very, very dry, but I'll just show you real quick. I have it here in my binder because I don't need to keep it in here anymore. Whoops, sorry. Here. I used to play 3 Born from Draconis because not only does it have some kind of connection to Altanin. Altanin is basically a star, or the largest star in the Draconis constellation. Yeah, I'm not completely sure if that's right. I'll just put it somewhere on the screen, correction or whatever. And the good thing about using Born from Draconis as the way to bring this out, it will make it unaffected by card effects except its own and these cards, the Born from Draconis card. And also, I just find it aesthetically so fitting. It's so cool, it's so beautiful. I played 2, so obviously I did not just play that just to bring out one thing. I also included in the deck some OGs. Let me just, yeah. This is, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Sorry, yeah. This is Cyber Dragon, Cyber Laser Dragon, Cyber Barrier Dragon. They can both be brought out by Born from Draconis very easily. I also included these 2 cards because I just find them fun to include them before. I realized that I hardly use those cards in Cyber Laser or Cyber Dragon, Cyber Barrier Dragon. To bring them out, I hardly use them. I always usually just dump them in the grave, so I'm like, why should I do that if I can just dump something better? So yeah, I think that's the only cards I considered from the previous build that I made. So now that I'm done with the deck profile, we can head to the packages that I just received. The good thing about ordering cards around here is that you always get like freebies. And usually those freebies excite me because I just have no idea what I'm gonna get. So, ooh, right. We have here, I forgot what set this was, but this is the secret rare version. My god, that's beautiful. That looks so nice. I love Slifer. The first Egyptian god I ever got was Obelisk, but Slifer just looks way cooler. And I don't know why they made Obelisk like not a dragon or a winged beast. Well, he does have wings, doesn't he? Oh well, okay. Here's another Slifer art. I already have 3 copies of Slifer, but I just thought this art was so cool. Like, look at that. This card was so cheap. Look at that. I'm planning on making a Cyber Slifer deck or a Red Eye Slifer deck. So that's why I have these cards. We have another additional Galaxy Soldier. I have 2 copies of him already, but I just wanted to complete the playset. Wait a minute. These are the freebies? Wait a minute, I did not buy this. Wait, did I buy this? I can't remember. Did I buy this? I can't remember, bro. I can't remember. But I don't think I did. Bruh, they gave it for free? That's insane. Wow, this is what I mean about freebies again. Bro, that's so nice. That's so nice. I was getting a 3rd copy because I have 2 copies. I was planning to get another copy to complete the playset. But no, bro, that's so nice. God, thank you. I'll check it. I'll give them a good review later. I got the 3rd copy of this, that's for sure. I like this card. I don't know why people don't play it that often. Maybe it's very situational, I guess. But I really like it. I love the artwork too. Oh yeah, I bought this. This is ABC Dragon Buster. It's a light machine, so you can see that it can fit Cyber Dragons quite well. It also contact fuses. I'm planning on putting in the Cyber Dragon deck. I'm not gonna make it a real ABC Cyber Dragon deck. I just want a small package of it so that I can bring this guy out because he looks so cool. That's why. And the synergy is not too bad. And I like that each of the ABC cards can protect my monsters in a specific way. So yeah, so cool, so nice. Yeah, so excited. But bruh, I can't get over that they give this for free. Dang. Okay, last package. Got here. Oh yeah, I got 2 more copies of this. I already had 1 copy. Now I have other 2. It's so hard. It was so hard to find this. Like when the sellers posted this, it was gone within a few minutes. And the seller just posted 2 last copies for like an hour ago. And then I instantly got it. These cards are so pretty. I really love the artwork for the Egyptian god support and the Egyptian gods in general. So I have here the freebies. I don't really play any of these, but I always appreciate them. I always appreciate them freebies. So nice. I'm always curious about Goatee because they could fit my Ice Jade package, Ice Jade deck really well. Because they are also very synchro focused. But they're fish, not aqua. So I don't know. If they're very banish focused, then they would fit Ice Jades well. I'll take a look. But they both use field spells, so that also I'm not so sure about. So yeah, that's the package, that's the mailing. If you like this type of videos, let me know. If you have any suggestions, if you're annoyed by anything, if you think I could do better with something, just let me know. Peace.